Broke love. Love is true, it ain't about the size in your pockets. What I do for you, you for me, letting nothing stop.
Yo, thank you so much for tuning in to my very first podcast. This is your host, North Miami's finest, Vladimir Dubois, better known as Tyson. I'm an author, playwright, movie producer, and now a podcast host. I have my lovely wife with me. How you doing, baby?
Hey. Hi, guys. I am your pal, Valerie Dubois. So I am a counselor for school-age children. I do have a bachelor's in psychology and a master's in counseling. And together, my husband and I are going to dive into this thing called relationships.
Welcome to Consequence Podcast. In this podcast, me and my wife will be talking about relationships, the good, the bad, and everything in between.
Yes. Dictionary.com defines relationship in 4 different ways. So the first way, it's a connection, an association, or an involvement. Second way, it's a connection between persons by blood or marriage. Third definition is an emotional or other connection between people. And the fourth one is a sexual involvement or affair. Okay? And so many people tend to have problems with their relationships.
True.
And that is one thing that we will be tackling today.
Yes. We have a lot in store for you today. As I spoke about earlier, I'm an author. My bestseller is Consequence of a Side Chick. One of the best books I've ever written. I'm going to give you a little taste today.
Go get it on Amazon.
Yes.
And VladimirDubois.com.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and another part of our show today is actually going to be called So Random. And So Random is the part of the show where we're going to be asking each other random questions. I don't know what he's going to ask me. He doesn't know what I'm going to ask him, and we have not discussed it. It'll be a treat.
And then we're also going to be going over It's Freak Time. We're not going to do that yet. We're going to talk about a video that I saw on YouTube, Joey Salad. Video of the week.
What's up, guys? Joey Salad's here, and I got $10,000 here and $100,000 here. Now let's go see if I can buy somebody's wife. Hey, excuse me, guys. You two married?
Yeah, why?
How much for your wife?
What?
I got $10,000. How much?
So sorry, no, man.
Come on, look, it's real. Check it. $10,000, one night with your wife.
$10,000, this is some bullshit.
Don't fucking steal it now.
Oh shit, it's real, alright.
Alright?
No. I can't.
All right, let me see the money.
Sorry. It's all yours, sorry.
All right, wait, before you guys go, how about 100 grand?
Babe.
Check it out. 100 grand, one night with your wife.
Babe, listen. Alright, so...
Check it, make sure it's real. 100 grand, one night with your wife.
Well, that video is from Joey Salad. Check it out on YouTube. Wife sold for money, 100K. Social experiment. What you think about that situation, baby?
I thought it was crazy, to be honest. Like, I don't think it was real, and I'm surprised of how the husband reacted.
Now, let me ask you a question. Would you do something like that? Would you do something like that, honey?
Of course not.
Oh, good. Okay. Now, listen. How about if it was $100 million?
But let me ask you something. Would you do something like that?
To change our lives? Listen, to change our life. I'll take one for the team.
Wow.
For the team, baby, to change your life, to get you the Gucci bag and all the good stuff, the Louis Vuitton.
So what's your price?
Listen, everyone has a price. I just feel like 100,000 is not something to ruin a relationship. Now, if it was 100 million, I would sacrifice for the good of the family. Only
I'm
for the
sure
good of the
you
family.
would.
To make sure we're good and our next generation is 100,000 is not enough. You got to get.
You just said something though.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard what you said. You said 100,000 is not enough to ruin the relationship. That's what you said.
Okay.
So 100 million, we could ruin the relationship.
Listen, 100 million would help us and the generation behind us. Now, I'm sacrificing. That's what I'm saying. I'm sacrificing for the good of the family.
Okay.
I mean, for 100 million, what you think?
I think that it's really a difficult decision.
Would you do it?
I think that it's a difficult decision.
$100 million.
Here's the thing, though.
That's a great
$100
deal.
million and not have the love of my husband.
I would love
I don't
you
know.
unconditionally.
But you said it'd be ruining the relationship.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's gonna hurt for a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but we go buy a new car, buy a new house. I think that'll soften up the blow. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that'll be all right.
Okay. So what was your favorite part of the video?
The favorite part of the video is when she actually looked like she wanted to do it, and the husband, he agreed upon it. So I think, to me, that was like the funniest part of the video. I'm still looking at the video. I'm saying to myself, I don't know if it's real or not, but the money looked real.
But are we watching the same video? Because for me, it seemed like the husband was ready to do it from like Mark 15 seconds in the video.
He looked
and
like an investor to me.
eventually the wife caved in.
She did.
That's what it looked like.
She did.
But you're saying that he eventually agreed.
She would have did it for free, I believe.
Wow.
That man, if he had some good game, he would have got her. That money just pretty much enhanced what she really wanted to do.
And the man was just innocent in all of this.
Yeah, he was innocent. I gotta say, he was innocent. He just there. He's an investor.
He was pushing her. He was really pushing her to do it.
But he's doing it for the family. He's trying to better his family, and I understand.
So when it's the man, he's doing it to better his family.
Yeah.
But if it's the woman, look, she knows she really want to do it. She would have did it for.
She looked like she was just willing and ready to go.
How?
Her attitude. I don't know.
And the man literally was saying it with his mouth.
Because he know his wife.
Oh,
He knows his wife.
on.
He knows his wife, and he knows how his wife is gonna. What do you think?
I think that's misogynistic.
100,000. You can call it whatever you want. He did the right thing.
But it was really funny at the end, though. Honestly, when she was like, "Okay, let's go."
There you go. It looked like it was planned out.
Yeah. I
Real.
think it really was scripted.
The money looked real.
We'll never know, though.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe we'll contact him. Segment of the show. We're going to ask each other some random questions.
Yeah.
You have anything you want to ask me?
Well, baby, let me start with, what's my worst habit?
Oh, gosh.
Be honest.
What is your worst
Be honest.
habit?
I love you.
There's
Be
so
honest.
many. Oh, my gosh. I'm just trying to...
Just pick one. Just pick one.
I'm kidding. So...
Be honest.
Your
okay?
worst habit, I think, is
What?
passing gas in front of people,
You shouldn't give me milk.
family,
You
kids,
shouldn't give me milk.
strangers.
I'm lactose intolerant, so you shouldn't give me milk. You know what it does to me.
Oh gosh.
Listen,
Okay.
it's Mother Nature. You gotta let it out.
Oh my gosh, but go to the restroom or something.
You still love me
Sheesh.
at the end of the day, right?
This is true.
Okay, then you're gonna have to love my farts.
Ah, gosh.
All right. Another question. How have you changed in the past 5 years?
Oh wow.
Yes.
So this one's about me.
It's about you.
How have I changed in the past 5 years?
Yes.
5 years ago, I just had my first child.
Hey.
So,
No rubber.
did you just say no rubber?
No rubber. That's it.
I think that my eyes opened a lot
How?
as far as the way I view people, as far as learning to use my energy in spaces where it's reciprocal, you know, meaning like people give me energy, I give them energy.
So what do you call that? Is that like a mother's instinct?
You know what? I think it's more like when I became a mother and I just found this love, that I never had before. And I just wanted to protect her, and in order for me to protect my daughter, I have to be able to protect myself.
So strong.
If that makes sense.
Black woman power.
So I don't know. I just like something happened when I became a mom, and I was just wanting to kind of keep my energy unless I didn't have to.
I love that. I love that.
Expel it. Yeah.
Powerful.
That was a good question. I did not expect that one.
Okay.
This one's going to be a little bit cheesy, but you know I can be cheesy.
Be cheesy.
So, what is something that I do that makes you feel loved?
You actually get up early in the morning,
Ooh, Lord.
take care of the kids, and tend to my needs. Everything you do makes me feel loved.
So
you don't complain.
Aw.
Right.
Okay.
Right, that's right. That's right. I love that. So
Okay.
what was the question you got for me? That's it? Oh, I gotta ask you a question. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I can't think of anything right now.
oh well, let me ask you the same thing you asked me.
What?
What's something I do that makes you feel loved?
Okay.
But without sex, okay? I know it's this magic.
Oh yeah, because it's always on my mind.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
right.
What is something that
Yes.
you do that makes me
Man, you
feel
gotta think about it
loved?
this long, then.
No, I just like
Make me feel unworthy. What's going
stop
on?
it. No way. So honestly, like for me,
Mm.
the time that you take, especially like when it's my birthday or Christmas or anything like that, the time and the energy and the money.
Oh yeah.
The money, but like you really go above and beyond for me during those times. Just being there for me.
Aww.
I know.
All right.
And giving me advice.
All right. We won't get too much over here. Before we go on to the next question, let me ask you this.
Okay.
What was the best birthday that I've given you?
Oh my God.
Yes.
There's so many.
Well, pick one.
Okay. I want to say the best birthday was 4 years ago.
What was it?
When
Yeah.
you surprised me when I went to drop we were just supposed to go to lunch. I went to drop off my daughter at my mom's, and when I drove back home, there was a huge limo in front of the house, and all of my friends.
Hey, shout out to Val's
yeah, all of my friends were there.
Yes,
and
they're my friends too.
that was the year that you rented out that basement. No, was it a basement? It was like
it had a New York feel to it.
Yeah,
It had like a basement.
cellar.
It was a cellar, and it had a stage.
Yeah.
A pool table.
I don't know what you call it, but it was not. It was the hookah bar. The
It was a
hookah bar. Yeah,
there
yeah.
you go. Yes.
So you rented out the basement of the hookah bar.
Yes.
And threw me a party there. That was really
that's
good.
That's how I do, man.
And
From
then
Miami,
we
that's how we do it. Oh, Miami in the building. That's how we do, man.
Hey,
come on.
Yeah, but honestly, that was probably the best birthday. But there are so many others. So,
hey, every year I try to top the last birthday.
Yeah.
Because you're special.
Aw, look
All
at
right.
you being all cheesy and corny. Hey,
listen, we getting older, man. We gotta do what we gotta do.
All right.
All right. So what's the next question? Let's go. What's the worst date you ever been on?
Oh Lord.
Before me.
I did not expect that one.
Be honest.
So it's been like years.
Don't hold back. It's okay. I still love you anyway. So just be honest.
I think the worst date I was on was some guy, very extremely traditional, and it was the first and last date. We were at dinner, and he was just like telling me about how wives should be and how women should comport themselves. And like it was just
what
like
was he
I could
saying?
not.
Like,
I can't remember everything, but it was kind of like women should be this way, and they shouldn't be working all the time, and a man is supposed to. Yeah,
I got you.
But it was condescending. It was like it felt like he was being shady.
He was trying to tell you to wash dishes and all that stuff.
We didn't get there,
but it was sounding like it.
Yeah, so I just ghosted him.
Oh, there you go. You gotta go.
Yeah,
They don't fit the criteria.
I feel, now that I'm like older and more mature, I kind of wish that I had maybe said something and explained to him, like, in this day and age,
Listen,
there's a certain way.
okay. You can ghost people.
But it just means that he will never really learn, and he's gonna do that to the next person and the next person. And he was just so arrogant, talking about how much money he had. And he did this, and he does this, and he has this. And it was just like...
For these dudes out here, don't do that. That's like the worst thing you can do. You can't do that. So that turns you off.
Yeah, that really turned me off. I think that was the worst date that I can think of. Yeah.
I think the worst date... You don't mind me saying, the worst date that I had, that was years ago, in Polk County, Florida. So the worst date I ever had was this girl. She was taller than me. I'm not gonna say her name because she probably might be listening to this thing. So we went on a date, and I almost hit another car. And I said, "Damn, I hope this lady don't hit my car." She got mad because I wasn't worried about her, which I'm gonna say she had all rights to be upset. But I think that was the worst date because first of all, she's taller than me, and it wasn't fitting.
But didn't she know she was taller than you when you asked her out? Or
No,
did
because
she ask you out?
down. She was sitting down. It's like the whole conversation started off. We were in class in Polk County, the college, and I came up to her and I asked her, you want to go out? She said, sure. She never got up. It's when I went to go pick her up and we went to the movies, I saw how tall she was. It was just horrible.
So basically, it's her fault she was taller than you?
It's not her fault. It was my fault because I didn't do my research on this girl. It's just one of those things. For me, that was the worst date.
What research would you have done?
Get to know her a little better before I asked her out.
Isn't that how we get to know people, though?
Yeah,
By taking them out on dates?
Well, I just jumped right into it without even knowing her.
Okay.
So, to me, that was my biggest mistake, just doing that.
Okay. So that's kind of funny, though. I ain't gonna lie.
I think everybody should do research before you ask someone out or you talk to someone. You gotta do research on them. You gotta find out who they are, what their likes are. That's what I'm thinking. What do you think?
I don't know, like for me, going out on dates is when you find out those things.
You don't want to talk to them first before you... Because you don't know if they're crazy. You don't know... You don't know what. I think just talking to someone before asking them out would alleviate a lot of issues.
Okay. But what about the guys who start talking to you and then they just keep talking to you and lead you on? Or vice versa, the women.
I think with the guys that lead you on, someone needs to take accountability for this. If a guy leading you on and you fall for that without even trying to get to know or do your research on this guy, look on his Facebook page, Instagram page, and you just fall for any little thing he tell you without even researching this guy, I'm just going to say this is your fault. It's the same thing. It's just the same thing with a woman. If a woman is talking to you, you got to do your research. Find out her Instagram, because I'm going to tell you, everybody posts their business on social media. You'll find out everything on social media just by doing just a little research.
I don't agree. I
do
not agree.
If you're dating a dude named Calvin and you go on his social media and you see Calvin with 2 guns, then you know Calvin is not the man you want to take home the mother, right? But doing your research.
That's what the thought process that people are honest on social media.
Yeah.
And to be honest, most people are not. A lot of people put like Bible verse and they're doing other things. Okay. So if I go to someone's social media and they have Bible verses and praise songs,
dig deep.
What does that mean?
You got to dig deep. Because you can't just look at the Bible verses. Go 4 years back in their social media. And you'll see some stuff on there.
But some people do delete, though.
True.
My thing is like the only way that I'm going to know if what I'm seeing on social media, what I'm hearing on the phone, via text, is the next step. Now we're going to start going out on dates. Having the physical connection. You're able to see nonverbal clues Okay, so they're talking, you're seeing their facial expressions, things like that. But guess what? Not everybody knows how to really discern when someone's lying. Some people are, more easily led. Some people are trusting.
Because I think a lot of people talk too much, and when they're going on dates, that they're not giving the other person enough time to talk, and they don't get to know that person. So that person's sitting down listening to you talk, and you're not giving them a chance to talk. So how are you going to know about this person? And that's the thing with a lot of women do that. They do more talking and not allowing that man to talk. If you allow that man to talk, you'll see all the red flags. He'll say some dumb shit. Excuse me. But he'll say some dumb shit that you'll catch. And women have great... Let me tell you something. If a woman pay attention just to the small details, you'll catch it.
Or vice versa.
What do you mean?
Meaning it's not only one way. It might be a woman who's being manipulative or, lying.
Of course.
Okay.
It's not just the men, it's the women too. Of course. If you let a woman talk, trust me, she'll give you all her information. Maybe even her social security. You never know. But you let her do all the conversating, you'll see where you at. Am I wrong for that?
Once again,
I mean, just from I
don't agree. I think
from my experience from back in the days, I'm just saying.
So, but your experience from back in the day has a lot to do with the dating pool that you were diving in.
Right.
Okay. So those type of women probably were a certain way. But were you going to Starbucks and meeting, women who were drinking
so you gotta
coffee
go to
there?
Starbucks to get a good woman?
No. What I'm saying that there are different types of people.
So if I go to a club,
you can go to clubs. You can't just meet women on the streets and in the club.
Why not?
Because you're going to keep meeting the same types of women, and it might form an opinion about all women based on just those women okay? So I just think that what you're saying makes sense in certain situations.
Okay.
But it can't be in all situations. Some people are really, really, really intelligent, are really good at twisting words and mind play or creating,
and that's why you let them talk, so you get to know them, right?
But some people are really smart, though. They're really good at it.
Manipulative.
They're really good at it. So you can have them talk, and they'll talk you into, buying
a juju bean, right?
What is that? The bean stock,
Right.
So I think that we can't really just say it's the person who is talking too much because that's why they didn't see the red flag, because it's almost like you're blaming the victim.
Have you ever been on a date where the guy is talking so much?
Yes.
Have you ever pinpointed red flags every time this guy talks?
Not every time, but...
Well, most of the time that you dated, have you ever pinpointed red flags?
Yes.
Allowing him to talk as much, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But I think everyone, in my opinion, I think everyone can see red flags here and there.
Some people
but
can.
Some red flags are stronger than others. Some can be changed later. So, if the guy is, saying something that I don't like, I don't know, like he likes Marvel and not DC, that'll be a red flag for me.
For real.
But that's not
for you,
that deep.
Really?
That's not that
Listen,
deep.
I don't like DC comic, man. Wait a minute.
Okay, but my thing is for some people that's a red flag. For other people, it's not. So it all depends on the dynamics of the relationship. Okay, and then it depends on, as we continue to get to know each other, go out on dates, meet with each other, then we can see, okay, how are those red flags changing?
Let me ask you, do people still even go on dates? I don't even see that anymore.
But you're not out on the dating world.
You're right.
So
you're right. But
I personally
I got friends. I don't hear nobody talking about going out on dates.
I have a couple friends who are single and do go out on dates. But not all of them. So
okay.
Not the world is changing.
The world is changing, because I think now people are having sex before going on dates.
Okay.
What do you think?
I mean, not everyone. I think it's their number one is their prerogative, And number two,
Right.
it's not everyone.
If you're single, spread your legs all
Oh
over the
my
web.
God.
I'm just saying that a lot of people are having sex before going on dates, before getting to actually know the person.
Okay.
And I think that's destroying a lot of relationships.
I don't know if I would say that destroys a lot of relationships.
Because now you don't gave up the goods, and now he's like, okay, I've tested this water, and I don't really like this water too much. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather go for the soda instead of the water. So I'm just saying he's already tasted it, and he's not really too fond of it. And she might just be there just to be there until he finds Coca-Cola.
Here's my thing. Like, you keep saying she, but
Right.
I know for a fact that women who do that too. So it's like, I'm
Women
very
fall in love
progressive.
too easy though. People don't like me cussing. Well, fuck them. So listen, once a dude give a woman his dick, women fall in love quickly, right? Just from what I've known, women fall in love as soon as a man have sex with them, and it's like it's so hard to just pull away for women. For men, it's easier because they can just walk away from it. Some men, I'm not gonna say all men, some men.
I think that's society.
That's okay.
I think that society has trained men to not use certain emotions as often as women do, and because of a lot of the negative stigmas in society about women who give it up too easily. They're considered hoes or sluts.
It's okay to be a hoe. If you're single, you can be the biggest hoe you want to be. But I'm just saying, if you're trying to look for a husband,
if you're single, then you're not a hoe. That's how I feel.
Right.
If you're in a relationship, a committed relationship, and you're sleeping around, then I'd probably call you a hoe.
Okay.
That's me.
I agree.
Okay, but if I'm single...
But if you're single and you smashing everybody I know, then I'm going to consider you a hoe.
So, I think that can be sexual freedom. That's just how I'm more progressive. I believe in, a woman being able to be free if she chooses.
It's just like this. For me, I feel like a woman to be free like that, then
because the men out there free.
I don't fit every shoe. If she's going around opening her legs for every man, that one man who could have been her husband, he slides in. He ain't gonna there's no wall. Like, honestly, right?
That is a myth that has definitely been proven wrong. Yes,
that's a myth.
It is. It has been proven wrong many times scientifically.
That's
just like men have different penis sizes,
right.
Women have different vaginal walls, shapes, sizes, textures.
So you're saying that is a myth that...
It absolutely is. Scientifically, it absolutely is. But I just think it's an excuse that old school men use.
Old school.
Old school meaning old school, mentality.
Right.
It's a way to continue to put women down.
You think it's putting women down?
Yes, absolutely.
If a woman's sleeping around and then she finally
but
comes
men
to a
are who is she sleeping with? If she's sleeping with men, then the men's sleeping around too. So do you mean people are sleeping around, or is it only focused on women?
I maybe I am old fashioned, and I believe that women shouldn't really sleep around.
But men can.
You got me there. Men have been doing it since the caveman days.
Okay. Does it make it right?
It don't make it right.
White people have been racist against black people since how long? Does that make
Forever,
it right?
no.
We're trying to change that, right?
We're trying to
change it. So why can we not change the other aspects?
For a man like myself, I can't see me being with a woman knowing that woman has sex with Nick, Dick, and Harry, and then Nick, Dick, and Harry stay like a few blocks from me, and then I gotta see these dudes, and, you know what I'm saying, and know that they've been in, you know what I'm saying? I can't.
Do you think it's okay for a woman to know that her man has slept with her friends, her sister friends, Betty Boop down the
So
street.
so you want to put it like that? So,
I just want you to see on my end from a woman's point of view.
Right. I think men hurt more than women. Do you believe that?
No.
I think so. Some men can't get over the fact, like, if they're really in love and they see that this woman that they're in love with has been with Tom, Dick, and Harry, it crushes them. I don't know. It's just my opinion, right?
But that's still that societal brainwashing, though. It's because of the backlash that, you know, the men will get when everyone else knows that their woman, you know, has been having sex with multiple men. That plays a big role. It's because the man doesn't want other people to know because it's such a bad thing in this patriarchal society.
Listen, I love you. But if you ever tell me you had sex with 40 men in your lifetime, we're going to have problems.
Is that so?
I can't. Like, I just can't fathom.
So I could have written
out of those
a book.
40 men, out of those 40 men, at least 10 of them got to be living around here somewhere. I can't do it.
Okay, so if I wrote a book called Consequences of a Side Dude, where I, you know, put on display for the world all my sexual escapades, you would not be with me.
No, listen.
Uh-huh.
Listen. Now you jumping into the book. Consequence of a Side Chick. Make sure you guys get it on Amazon. First of all, Consequence of a Side Chick, it only talks about two women. Two women.
I read the book.
No, two women in the book. All right? You helped me write it. You talking about you read the book.
Okay.
Listen, two women it only talks about. It don't talk about me being with 30, 40 people. You don't see that nowhere in the book.
There's a few other women in there.
But do you really? I gotta go back and read it.
Exactly. Convenient memory loss. Okay.
Oh, boy, I'm getting that old age, but I can't remember that part. But I'm just saying, for me personally, I don't know, more than 40 people, and I just can't. I can't fathom that.
Okay.
Yeah, it just bothers me just thinking about that.
That is something that I think
my shoes, my size needs to be the only size that, you know what I'm saying, that fits.
I think, well, I mean,
one size fits all. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
one size fits only. You know what I mean?
You know, honestly, I think that everyone is entitled to their preference, and if that is communicated, you know, in the beginning of the relationship, then both parties can make a decision if they want to continue. That's just the way I
agree.
I operate.
I agree. I think if you used to be a stripper, you need to tell the person that you're in a relationship with, right? He don't want to find out when he take you out on a date and you have a whole bunch of dudes looking like, oh, that's cinnamon over there.
So let me ask you, if you used to be a male gigolo, a male dancer, male gigolo,
I think you need to communicate that.
You know,
you need to communicate that.
800 women.
You need to communicate that.
Okay.
All that needs to be communicated.
I absolutely agree.
It needs to be communicated because communication is the key. If you tell your significant other, hey, I was a gigolo back then, but I changed because I'm with you, right? Now it's either up to her whether she wants to be with you or not. Okay. You have to give that person an option.
Now we're on the same page.
Hey,
okay.
Well,
I totally agree. It's all about communication.
It's
all about laying down expectations.
Yes, always.
You know, because you might be thinking about these 40 women and you want to know, but there may be some men out there who's like, you know what? Yeah. I really like your vibe. I really like our connection. I don't care what happened in the past. It's just this, you know, what we feel right now, what, you know, our energy's connecting now. That's all that matters.
Yes.
You know,
I agree.
That's just me.
I agree. You know, I say this because, you know, when you date a woman who's been with over 40 guys, one thing, I don't know about every guy, but I know about myself. I have to sit here and think, okay, she gave all those 40 guys fellatio, and now she's kissing me. That kills me. Like, no, seriously. You got to think about it. A person like myself thinking about, oh, my gosh, she must have swallowed cum. You know,
Oh,
so
Lord.
and now she got to kiss me. No, hell to the no, right? And then I'm
So
going
she doesn't
outside.
brush her teeth. She doesn't wash her face.
The cum never leaves.
Oh my gosh! Like, you just be coming up with some random.
But I'm just saying,
stuff.
just the thought of it disgusts me. Like we can't even drink out of the same cup.
So
You got to drink out of the holes in the back.
once again, I'm gonna bring it around.
Bring it around.
So what happens to the woman who now has to deal with this man who has been with 40, 50, 100 women, sticking his stuff into those women.
What stuff you talking about?
His penis.
Okay.
Okay. Into those women, into their mouths, into the JJs. Okay. This man is gonna come with all of his history.
Right. But it don't stretch.
What does that mean?
You haven't seen the video where the women cocoa like finishes, like it stretches, that rejuvenate the cocoa to make it look brand new. Have you seen that? I gotta show you that video.
I haven't seen it, but usually vaginal rejuvenation is not due to having sex with multiple guys.
Yeah, it's like mileage. All the mileage on the
scientifically, it's not, sir. It's
scientifically.
usually due to.
I need to see some books. I need to see some proof into that.
It's usually due to age, because the same way our muscles in
so
our
you're
body.
saying the age gives extra meat? Listen, I'm gonna ask you a question.
That's just, I'm giving you examples.
Okay.
Okay? It can be due to age. It can be due to childbirth. Okay? Well, most of it is due to childbirth. Eventually, and the reason I say age is because as we get old, our muscles start to weaken. Some people already have that issue when they're younger. You know, you ever seen someone in the gym? It could be a man trying to lift weights as much as they can, and they can never really get the muscles that, you know, that someone else could get.
Right.
We are all built differently. That's what it is. We're all built differently. So you might find someone with weaker vaginal walls who don't have the same, you know, quote unquote mileage, like you say.
Right.
You know, and it's just due to their genes and DNA.
I guess.
So it's this myth that's been perpetuated by, you know, this.
I gotta read up on that a little bit more than
male system. Okay. That it keeps going and going and going, but it is not true.
A few women I've seen, like this is years ago though, okay? A few women I've seen using those big King Kong dildos. You think after using those big King Kong dildo, a man with a medium-sized penis is going to be able to fit in that?
Absolutely.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Here's the thing, though.
She just messed up her walls.
No, she didn't. That's what I'm trying to
Like you
explain
could fit
to
your
you.
whole arm in that
But
thing.
this is someone who probably was already born with walls that stretch that much. Not every woman can do it.
Born?
When I say born, meaning it's natural. Okay? They could have been born with walls that stretch, of course, because they're smaller.
I think you remember with the King Kong penis I'm talking about. The dildo. So I believe that thing has stretched it out for her.
So what you're saying is that you don't believe in science, and you only believe in the stories that have been passed down from man to man.
Hey, the homies don't lie.
Oh, Lord. That's a good one.
The streets don't lie.
That's hilarious.
The streets don't lie. Listen.
Well,
what?
Listen, like you said in the while we were talking, communication is key.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you should tell the other person
if they want to know.
That
has to be a conversation.
So if they want to know, that's something you should like tell a person.
If they've had multiple sexual partners, I
think
don't
that's
agree.
I think that you should just say, I've had multiple partners, but you could at least say, I wasn't an innocent person back then. I was a little bit wild and etc. I think that's better than saying that I was throwing my thing all over the place, right? Right? Wouldn't that be fair? Give that person the opportunity.
I don't think so.
So you'll just keep it quiet.
If someone wants to ask me,
I'll do my background check on you, baby. You got me thinking now.
No, I mean, go ahead and do your background check, whatever it is that you do.
Right.
But I just think that if someone doesn't ask you, You don't need to tell.
Oh hell
I'm
no!
so serious.
If someone don't ask you, that's like a tranny out there dating a straight man, and the tranny don't tell that man. You gotta tell that person. You have to. Like, you gotta at least give that person the opportunity to choose.
I think that's different.
How is that different?
I think
you out there swinging and
because,
opening your legs for everybody.
No, it's different.
It is different. Yeah, you know what? Now that I think about it, it is. It is different. But I think you should at least give the person the opportunity.
I feel like
choose.
If the person wants to know, that's a conversation that they will have. They will ask. They will express that this is something that kind of bothers them, and they want you to be honest.
You know, this brings me back to Consequence of a Side Chicken book, where get the book if you get a chance. It's on Amazon.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. There was a part in the book where I talk about I was in South Beach walking with the side chick, right? And this guy drives by in his Dunk. A Dunk is a drop top car, and he was playing JT Money. Let it go. Let it go. If a hoe want a hoe, nigga. So when he was playing that, they all turned around looking at me while I'm walking with her. Now, I'm looking at her and asking her, do you know these guys? She's like, no. But I knew she was lying.
How do you know she was lying?
Because later on she told me the truth. But it's just the fact that she could have said something to me earlier, and maybe if she would have told me.
What would she have told you?
Well, you know, I was a little while back in the days, and you might come across some people that still look at me in that formal way. And so maybe I would have took a different approach. I'm not one of those guys that's just going to up and leave, but I would have been like, okay, we need to go somewhere different where people don't know you. Right? Why you shaking your head for?
I'm listening.
I think you have to give a person an opportunity to choose whether they're going to be with you or not. You got to give a man a choice or a woman a choice, right?
I think we are, as a society, trying to move past that mindset.
What mindset?
The mindset of putting people in a box because of their sexual background. Like I said, it's all about a communication. Not everyone cares to know about that. You might be really, really obsessed with knowing, but there are a lot of guys who will say, I don't want to know. Okay? So as a woman or a man, I don't think you're going to be walking around, you meet someone and then you're going to say, hey, just to let you know, I used to sleep around a lot.
No, you're not going to say that in the beginning. You're not going to do that. You're going to say that, if you're feeling like this is getting serious, you need to let them know.
I feel like if you're not doing anything wrong in the relationship, then there's nothing to know.
I'd rather you tell me than somebody out on the street tell me.
There's nothing to tell. That's the thing.
What do you mean?
If I'm just giving an example when I say if I felt at some time in my life that I wanted to be sexually free, that was my prerogative. There is nothing wrong with that. I am not a hoe. I am not,
you're not
labeled.
A hoe now, but back then you was a hoe. But
no, I just said I am not a hoe because I feel that I should be able to explore, myself and others sexually, just like men do. Okay.
There you go with the man. Listen, men been doing
I'm
this for
saying,
years.
Exactly.
So
that doesn't mean it's right.
It's not right. It's not. I'm not saying what I am saying. Listen, I'm just saying, being a man in this society, they've been doing it for years. Men have been doing it for decades.
I think that's just something that we're gonna have to agree to disagree.
Okay.
Because I know you're clearly not gonna change your opinion.
Listen, the streets talk. I know.
But some people are like, let them talk. That's the thing. So if I'm someone who says, whatever, let them talk. You got a problem? Okay, go.
I don't tend to want to know somebody's background, But
The lies.
but listen,
The
if we live in an area
Mm-hmm.
where you did all your dirt, I expect you to tell me something. Because we're not going to stay in the same village or the same city with all the dudes that you've had sex with and you not tell me nothing. We got to have a conversation.
And the same goes for a man, right?
Of course. Of course.
So what is the word that we call men, again, who have slept around with a lot of women?
I think the word is pimp.
Okay, so that seems like a positive word.
That's not a where's
Where's
being
the
a
negative
pimp?
word? Because there's a lot of words for women, like hoe, slut, bitch,
Well, bitch is
Ross.
a powerful. Listen, bitch can be used as anything.
Okay, so that one word. Okay. A thought. You know, there's so many negative words associated with women who choose to be free sexually.
But you know,
So what are the negative words for men who do the same thing?
Well-
Just asking.
listen, for the women that are doing it, I think they should not do it too close to home. I think you listening to me, right?
No, I'm still waiting for the negative.
I'm gonna
words
give it
for
to you.
men.
I'm gonna
Okay.
give it to you. But I'm just saying, for a woman, they should not do it too close to home because you're gonna get judged, especially from the people you know. Go somewhere far away and do that crap.
And like
And
I
so
said,
for
what
the
if
men-
the person doesn't care about being judged?
If they don't care about being judged, then hey, live your life.
That,
Live
this
your
is
life.
this is where I'm at.
Live your life, man. Hey, be the best thought you can be.
Oh, okay. And then the man, what is he?
A thought too, right? That's the name for a man who's out there throwing his thing around,
No, it's
right?
not.
What is it then? If it ain't thought, a
I'm
man could be
asking
called
you.
a thought too.
I'm asking you. Someone can call a man a hoe, but is
Right.
that those two
You call a man a hoe, he just gonna give you a high five.
those
like,
two words are not, necessarily specifically made for men. It's just that there were words that are said for women, and people just chose to kind of use it for men. But what is the man's word? That's my question.
Well, the only thing I can tell you is for a man to be out there slinging his thing, what do you call him? A thought. Yeah. The men don't have a lot of bad words for that. Is that what you want to hear? Is that what you want to hear? No.
But that's exactly what I'm saying. So I just think that in this society, in this new world,
that we
we're
live in.
moving away from that mindset that puts women in such a negative light. That's just
agree.
whereas men who do the same thing get praised.
You know what? I'm just gonna agree. I agree.
Agree to disagree?
I agree.
Okay.
I'm still trying to figure out the names for the men, but there ain't no name but a real nigga.
Oh, you see? And this is the
I
stuff.
can't, man. I don't know. I just feel like if a man's gonna do it, he does it, and yeah, he gets praised for it. Woman does it, and she gets the backlash because women in our society are supposed to be held at a high standard. So if you're out there, am I right? If you're out there swinging your thing to Tom, Dick, and Harry, you just lowered your standards, right? Your women you want a good man, you want to marry a good man, you want the white picket fence, a big house, and this dude is going to find out that you've been with all these other guys, he's not going to want to wife you down. It's just what it is. It's society, right? It's the society that we live in today. It's just real talk.
Agree to disagree.
All right. All right, moving forward. Let's go on to the next topic, man. This one was a good topic, man. It was real.
I know. I feel like we need to bring it back. Maybe have some other opinions on this show.
We shall. Karen's sitting back there, but you know,
Yeah.
she know I'm right though. She like, yeah, that's my dog. He know what he talking about.
No, I agree with your wife more than anything else. And if y'all was looking for male names, they had like maintenance man, the male gigolo.
But even then, it's not so
still not,
negative.
That's Karen
you know.
throwing y'all. That's the dog right there.
You gotta do the government.
One time
name.
for KT.
There
Okay,
you
one
go,
time for KT. Okay, so I actually thought about my question in the middle of our conversation, and it kind of has nothing to do with that. My question to you
What's the question?
is, what is the funniest thing that has ever happened to you in public?
Yeah, we went from talking about thoughts to the funny thing. Okay, so the funniest thing that's ever happened to me in public. Let's go to the book. If you don't mind, I'm gonna read a little snippet. This book, Consequences of a Side Chick. Get it on Amazon. On Consequence of a Side Chick, there's one part in here, the funniest part that I can say that's in the book. I pulled over and allowed her to get out of the car, but I was not gonna fight her. Yeah, this bitch has definitely lost it. The car was still on. She got out of the passenger side and went behind the car, racing towards the driver's side. I put the car on drive and drove off. I was going about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Trish was really tripping. She ran after the car like the Terminator. I could see her through the rearview mirror. She was determined. If only she put all that energy into something positive. Now I was going 20 miles per hour. She was gaining up on me. I was kind of scared, seriously. As Trish picked up speed, she tripped and fell and started rolling. It was like a movie. This bitch was crazy, I thought.
Lord.
I stopped my car and reversed slowly. When I got close enough, Trish wasn't moving. She was laid out on the front side. The kids started asking me, V, mommy fell down. I told them, I'm going to check and see if she's okay. When Trish fell down
And rolled.
now the whole situation started, we were in the car. She was talking about her baby daddy. And she said, pull the car aside because I said something about her baby daddy. It was something negative. You know, I'm going to be honest with you. It was something negative. And she just got upset. She said, pull the car aside. We're going to fight like niggas. I've never had a woman tell me that. And I'm laughing inside. And I'm thinking she's joking. But
You
she was
laughing outside too? Or just on the
inside and
inside?
outside. And I pulled the car aside and she was dead ass serious. Once I saw her running around that car, I put the car on drive and I drove off. But she was fast. In this, I can tell you one thing about that relationship. It was toxic.
Okay.
It was toxic. It should have never happened.
Well, I mean, for those of you who have read the book, it is toxic. I don't want to give too much, but I think that was hilarious, especially with you saying she started gaining up on you. But I kind of feel bad a little bit too for her because I probably would have been upset too. Maybe you were egging her on or something. I don't know.
Nah, me. I don't egg people on.
Oh,
you know?
okay.
You know, listen. The only thing I feel bad about is me starting that relationship when it should have never started.
Okay.
You know, but guess what? It made my book the #1 bookseller.
Right.
So I appreciate everything I went through, and it made me a better person.
Let's see what time it is.
Uh-oh, it's freak time.
Hey.
My favorite time of the day. What's up? Talk to me, baby.
Okay, tell us a little bit about what this segment is going to be about.
Well, it's going to be hard. Okay? I know. Listen, if your mom is watching this, I'm sorry, mommy. It's going down.
Oh,
all right?
gosh.
Free time.
Pun intended.
Yes.
Okay.
So, mommy, baby, let me ask you a quick question. Free time. What's your favorite position?
Oh, Lord.
Be honest. Nobody's listening.
My favorite position.
1 million people.
I know. This is...
What's your favorite position, baby? It's all right.
I don't know why I'm feeling shy right now.
Don't be shy. Be you.
I want to say 69.
Hey! I can't believe you said that out loud.
Really?
Yo! So that's your favorite position?
Yeah, it is now.
Okay, why?
Oh gosh.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Want me to hold your hands while you explain?
No.
Okay.
I personally like it because I think we can pleasure each other at the same time.
There you go.
It's efficient. It gets the job done.
Hey.
Bada bing, bada boom. We done.
Hey. Okay.
Nah, what's on TV?
That's it.
I would ask you the same question since that's the question of the day.
All right. For me, I actually have two. One is 69, of course, and the other one is doggy style.
Really?
Yeah, I like to see the booty jiggle. Right? It's like a wave.
God.
You ever gone to like the ocean, like you, and then the water is just hitting you back, right? That's how I see it. Like, and the booty look like a heart, right? Is that too much? TMI? But listen, I just love the way it looks and love the way it just comes back at me.
Would you say that is your first favorite position?
I think they're both equally my favorite.
Interesting.
I don't know. I just think they're both equally my favorite. You know, I almost suffocated one time in the 69. But
oh
I think,
Lord.
Yeah, I ain't said
You must
nothing.
have had a fat one. Oh wait, did I say that out loud?
Listen, I was able to hold my breath for a while and I survived.
Oh Lord.
But I say this, they're both equally my favorite.
Okay.
Yes. You know what else I like though? I know you probably don't really like it too much, but I like trying to pick you up from the back. I know, right? It gives me a good workout though, but also I have a good feeling like I'm in control. I like that.
Okay.
So for me, I guess that's my third favorite. Trying to pick you up from the back.
So I came along this article, okay? And according to a survey by DrEd.com, a British online doctor service, America's favorite sex position of 2016 was doggy style, and it was the same for 2015. In fact, among the 2,000 straight, gay, and bisexual people that were surveyed in U.S., U.K., and other parts of Europe, doggy style was the most preferred position by the largest margin. So,
I'm sure.
So, you know, and my question would be why? Like, you know, which I think you answered it, but
control. I think a lot of it has to do with control. You know, because the man is in control, and then the other part is the booty look like a heart. So
you think these people chose this because the booty looked like a heart?
I chose it because the booty looked like a heart.
Oh, okay.
For everything else, I think it's more control.
Okay, sounds good.
Did you realize when your man pull your hair and smacking your ass, that's control, baby. That's what it is. Yeah, don't pause that. That's real shit. That's it. You smack that ass, you pull the hair. I'm sorry if I'm cussing, but that's what it is. Control. And then guess what? Ow, that's control.
Really?
I want you to scream a little loud. I'm going to smack your ass. That's control. It's real talk.
Okay.
Hello, America. All
right.
Yes. All right, so we're wrapping it up, right? I want to thank everybody for listening up to Consequence Podcast. This is my first podcast.
Yes, thank you.
And I also want to thank my lovely wife, my lovely hostess. Beautiful as she is. I want to say the closing, which is word of the day is communication. Talk to each other, and you'll see that you either have a lot in common or none at all.
Definitely. Communication helps us prevent problems, and if we already have problems, it helps us to resolve problems, and it creates better relationships.
Ooh, I love that, baby. And with that being said, love, peace, and chicken grease.